5 days after earth-moving equipment moved in to tear down a community that has been waiting to explode for decades, the nightmare of Sodom and Gomorrah still stares at us as hundreds of citizens still remain stranded at the mercy of the weather and a major public health disaster. Although the demolition of old Fadama has been halted, the hope and aspirations of thousands of residents remain in limbo. Tonight, we'll explore the crisis waiting to happen and the embarrassment facing us as a country over how we poorly manage the welfare of the weak in our society. This is today's big story with me, Stephen Enti. The chaos that greeted the demolition of old Fadama is all too fresh in our minds. The anger from residents and tension that erupted can't just be wished away. But beyond all of these is the reality that something needs to be done. But what can be done? The decision to provide transportation to bus some of the slum dwellers back to their home regions is just one superficial solution. But would it really work?
Now, the people here are stranded, and with the assistance of DKM transport, in fact, we have been able to transport some of the passengers home. We still find it difficult to get buses. As at now, we are still working with the management. We are now with one of the members of the transport company, who is in the person of Mr. Salisu Alomba. He has been here with us for almost 1 week now. They are doing very well. They've provided some of our passengers with free transport. So we should thank them very much for their efforts. We also thank Alhaji Issa, who is also a transport owner. He's popularly known as Opana, who has also helped in providing us with transport.
Okay, now you told me earlier about how the various attempts, just as you rightly said, that you're raising funds. How did that idea come up, and so far, how is it going?
In fact, most of the people have lost almost everything. They couldn't, salvage their goods. The security men prevented them from, taking their goods. So they left almost everything there. So we have to provide them with transport as well as water and other facilities. For instance, on the first day, a woman was in labor. In fact, we find we were all in tears. She delivered in the open. So in fact, it's a very
here at the station.
Please, it's a very pathetic situation. So we are appealing to our brothers, especially the MPs. They should come to our aid. During the election time, they were able to provide buses for their people. Right now, they're in a very difficult situation. Why are they not coming to their aid?
But we've had plans of government to convey these people to their destinations.
I think this is not the right time for the government to come in. They should have even provided some sort of shelter for those who are traveling to their various destinations. You know, people slept in the open, mosquitoes, rain, and other problems. Even feeding, it was a very big problem.
Now, today, the Northern Caucus in Parliament visited the flattened out Sodom and Gomorrah to assess the situation for themselves.
We saw on TV the destruction of places in which at least you had a cover over your heads. Yesterday, we met your leaders and we told them that we'll be here today to see for ourselves what has happened. And so we are here to see at first hand the level of destruction, the pain and suffering of the people, and the other collateral damages that have been done, so that together we see how to plan to at least alleviate your pain, your suffering, and then put in place a system that will prevent such occurrences in future.
So that next time,
and so we will also be able to support the country to find a lasting solution to your plight.
Let
me assure all of you that we are with you. We share your pain and suffering. And we do everything within the power that you have given us to ensure that justice is done. I will just plead with you to be patient. Continue with the tolerance, the maturity that you are showing, and allow us to tour the place so that we can properly report to Parliament to assist the government to respond appropriately to your urgent needs. We thank you all.
Right, but beyond just assessing the situation, what kind of help is available for those displaced? Let's get on to the line. Ibrahim Day is MP for Salaga and he's joining us now. Good evening, Honorable, and we're grateful that you could join us.
Hello?
Good evening and thanks for your time. Hello, Honorable, can you hear me?
Yes.
Right, I'm saying thanks for joining us. Now, I know that many of your constituents, people who more like vote for you in the part of Salaga, were also affected, or their relatives might have been affected in this demolition at the Sodom and Gomorrah. Today, the Northern Caucus visited the place and made, you know, some sweet utterances as we heard Alban Bagbin there, putting in place the systems to ensure this does not happen again, ensuring that we get justice for you and all of those nice things. Now, beyond these, what else? What kind of practical help or solution are the MPs fighting to get for these people? Hello, Honorable Day.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
I'm saying that many of the people who are in your constituency may have been affected by this demolition. I'm asking you, what practical measures have you put in place to bring some solution? I think Honorable Day is not hearing me very well. I will try. Can you hear me, sir? Right, I think that we're having challenges getting him to hear us. Let's get on to the other telephone line and speak to Mohammed Isaac Salifu, who is the president of the Kayaye Association of Ghana. Mohammed, good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Fine evening.
I know that.
Fine evening.
I know
Yeah,
that.
how are you?
I am fine, thank you. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
This week must have been very busy for you, seeing that from Saturday to today, people's homes have been demolished and their businesses and livelihoods have been taken away from them. And there's a whole lot of things. There are a whole lot of things going on. Can you tell me practically what your group is doing, or what perhaps you've seen other Northern caucuses doing to help those affected?
I thank you very much for your call. What my association is doing, just to find out the situation, those who are in just need the help now. And this is what we are doing right now. And then maybe by looking at the water situation and other lights and other issues, even the people have no place to sleep. So we are just organizing ourselves to see if we can, those who are can voluntarily go back to North. That is what we are doing.
But Mohammed, I'm
we are
very
just going around, I mean, asking them, those who cannot afford the fare to go back to North. You would like to go? And then maybe we have a number of people who want to go. So we are just working on that.
I am particular about that. I mean, there are a group of people who have decided to move from the northern region to the south, most likely in Accra. And they end up, many of them end up at Sodom and Gomorrah. So if you go asking them to voluntarily go, what are they returning to? Are they returning to any business? Are they returning to any capital to start life with? Or you're just sending them away with transportation, and that's about it, really?
Yes, because the plan today Mayor is doing is quite different than the government plan. Because the reason why I say this, we have met the president, we have met the Minister of Gender several times, and what they are saying is quite different than what the mayor is doing. Because we meet, I'm a member of the Old Fadama Committee, Old Fadama Demolition Committee. And at the same time, I'm a member of the Kaya Youth Association to represent the Kaya Youth Association, and at the same time the community.
That's right.
We had several meetings with Pani. You can call him right now. This demolition was not a mention that this is the way we are coming to demolish the place.
But it has happened. I'm not going to talk about whether it should have happened or it shouldn't happen. But right now we are talking about getting aid and support for the thousands of people who are being displaced, and now they're going on.
Anywhere right now. There's no aid in anywhere right now. But we are planning for it.
Which is a very
inshallah, we'll get it. We'll get it. There's no aid in anywhere now, but we are planning for it, and we'll get it. At the end of the day, we'll get it. We'll get something to support them to go.
So yeah, I know that
we can think how to follow up. What business are we going to put on them?
Right.
These are the things we are just planning right now.
Right. I'll have you hold.
And we are working on it seriously.
Right.
It's going to happen.
Right. Mohammed, I'll have you hold. I'm not going away yet, but I'm joined on the other line by Al Hassan Ibn Abdallah, who is the secretary of the Slum Union Association, which mainly works in that community as well. So, good evening, Ibn Abdallah, and thanks for your time.
Good evening.
Now, I know that I've spoken to you already this week, but the problem is not yet gone. Now, key on our hand is that hundreds or perhaps thousands of residents who were affected by this demolition are being transported back to the various parts of the northern region, and many of them are going. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, the person on the other line is talking, so I'm not hearing.
Okay.
What he's
Okay.
saying.
I think that is, we will try and fix it, but just be gentle with us. If you can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear.
Good. I'm saying that majority of your members, or perhaps the association you work with, have been affected by this demolition and are being given transportation to voluntarily go back to the northern parts of the country where they come from. Most of them are going empty-handed. What are you doing about this situation? If they go empty-handed and they have nothing to sustain them, they eventually return to Sodom and Gomorrah, and the slum will resurrect.
Yeah, so at the moment, we are getting information that the government is ready to come in and then help them with some kind of money, so that they can, those who are willing to go back, can give them some kind of money so they can go back. But then we haven't seen it yet. We just heard about it. However, some people are willing to go and they are able to afford. They have left already. But those who are willing to go and they cannot afford, they are still here. And we have some information to the effect that government is willing to come to their aid. So now we are now looking at the government to come and help them.
But are you doing any advocacy, any kind of lobbying to ensure that they're not just leaving and then they get there and things get bad, but they're going with their lump sums, perhaps some form of compensation they can return to build a life for themselves?
Yes, we are not talking that, and the talking is very positive in the sense that the people we are talking to also share our sentiments, and they believe that something like that must be done. But then we are looking up to them. It's not done yet, and we hope it will be done soon.
Right. I'll leave it there. I know that this week is going to be a very busy week for you, but I wish you very well in your advocacy work in order to get some relief for your members. Now, Ridwan is here. Ridwan, you have been to Sodom and Gomorrah today. I know usually there are many of us who feel that the situation is aggravated, like journalists go and they blow the story out of proportion. What did you see today?
Well, one wouldn't be far from right to say that the situation is still bad. Today, the majority caucus from the northern region, I mean the parliamentarians in the northern region, were there to assess the extent of damage. Now, before they even embarked on the tour, they were in a meeting with the leadership, and at the meeting you could just see a handful of people. But once they started touring the place,
then the rest of the numbers started coming out.
Exactly. And so you still have about, if I'm not exaggerating, you still have about over 2,000 people.
Yeah, I mean, this is a rough estimate. We can't exactly put a figure to it. But I need you to tell me, beyond just following the group, the majority Northern Caucus who went there, you may have seen people trying to move on with their lives. I mean, the women and children, people who need to pick broken pieces of their lives. I mean, what picture did you get as you walked through the debris and the remnants of this demolition?
Well, I see a picture of endurance in the face of hopelessness. I mean, these are people who came all the way from, I mean, the northern region, because at the north predominantly they are into farming, and this activity, I mean, over the years has been exposed to the vagaries of the weather, and you know the challenge with climate change, and so they decided to come here to make a living.
And then here they are.
They realized that
the
grass is not really green.
It's never been green anywhere. But you spoke to one cocoa seller whose interview with you is a bit very touching. Let's watch that one, and we'll wrap up with you.
Sure.
Right.
call, what Pammy say, young boy, and I am call. Who will be prone or see who too, who are boo baby, I would done. Also, Mo baby, I would that, who will call Kuro. I ain't a Ghana for ya, near Togo for ya, near Burkina for ya, near jump for ya, you know. It's a vote my John Mama. Yeah, voted, you voted, you voted my Kukuru, you voted my Obia.
Right, interesting there. So tell us briefly what he said for the benefits of our viewers who don't understand.
Exactly. This is a lady who is frustrated, and so she's trying to play politics with the whole issue, but essentially what she's saying is that she has a lot of responsibility. I mean, she's taking care of her children single-handedly, and so this demolition exercise is actually a big blow, and she will continue to sell her cocoa perhaps until the fast is over, and she might consider going back to the...
But of course, she also said she didn't have money to go back. So if you, Ridwan, will give her money to go back, that would be great. Ridwan, I'm grateful to have you in our studio, and I wish you very well. And you did a great job with Sodom and Gomorrah. And anyway, so Ridwan has been following the beat for us and was at Sodom and Gomorrah today to interact with the people there and get a fair understanding of what they are enduring. This was done on the back of a tour by the Northern Caucus in Parliament, Majority Northern Caucus in Parliament. We're trying to speak to the MP for Salaga to give us a breakdown, a fair idea of how the situation was. I mean, when they went there and what plans and programs they had, but it looks like he didn't hear what I was saying, and we had to finish our conversation midway. So you're watching today's big story, and we'll take a snap break. We'll be right back. Do stay. Right, our Northern Regional correspondent Mohammed Hashmin is joining us on the telephone lines now. But before we go to Mohammed, let's take a watch at what is happening as people are being bused to the northern region, the northern parts of the country to settle.
We go find some cargo truck to be taking the goods to Tamale for them. So sometimes we are not taking some people's money, and those who have, we are consider them.
Okay. So essentially you are raising funds to help those who don't have money to go back to their hometown.
Yeah, we are doing that, but we are pleading for this government, because yesterday we hear say they are trying to give us bus. This MP, Odiodio MP, he said they are giving us bus to be going. I don't know whether they have been saying, or they are giving to GPRT, or they have been giving to elders over there. We don't know. So since up to now we couldn't get any bus. So they to stop saying that they have been giving us a bus, because we have elders from north. They have been calling us and be asking, saying government say they have been giving us bus to be taken to Tamale, but up to now we couldn't get. So today we try and get some bus. They have been paying 50 Ghana each. And the people have been saying that it's not good, but we are appealing drivers say they should take them to the north.
So that's a trustee of the GPRTU here in Accra who is actually lamenting about the lack of funding and proper arrangement for busing to the northern part of the country. Mohammed Hashmi, good evening, Mohammed, and thanks for your time.
Yeah, fine, Ray.
Now,
thank you for...
Quickly, as the people are arriving, I know you've been interacting with them. Tell me what they've been telling you.
Oh, those who are just arrived maybe the day before yesterday. In fact, it was unfortunate they didn't have this information earlier. You see, so that is the only thing, because they feel that in fact, the little money they're supposed to use somewhere to support them somewhere, then they have just spent it for just a nothing, because it's just a nothing, because the person is not coming to do anything. Rather, just to sit somewhere thinking about maybe whether should be going back or not.
So many of these people are coming home empty-handed.
Yes, because what happened was it wasn't planned. You see, it wasn't planned. So if you look at maybe those who are supposed to come out to help, we have a big partners, lots of institutions, and in fact they were, because it's just emergency, we didn't inform them. So now we are now talking to them, And some of them are responding that, yes, what are we going to do? So even tomorrow we have some little bit emergency meeting to maybe talk to some of them, how are we going to plan properly, and so that some of them, when they left, maybe get home, maybe they can have a little money with their hands.
Right. Right, Hashmi, we're grateful for your time. That's our reporter, journalist correspondent in the Northern Region, Muhammad Hashmi. My name is Stephen Enti, and I've been here with you, and thanks for joining us. We'll be right back with Joy News Interactive. Do stay.